Me and my big sis Aunt KD in the building.
Yes. Good morning. Happy hump day.
Happy hump day.
My big sis I Rise is on her way. Safe travels to you, big sis. I can't wait to see you when you get here. We got a special guest
Special
here.
ed.
We didn't know he was coming. He blessed us with his presence this morning. Hit me up on the inbox and was like, "You doing your show this morning? I'm coming."
I've been waiting for a couple of days for this puppy.
Yay! So we got the great artist known as B Noir.
What's up, Nelly? What's up, family? What's up, Glockaway?
Listen, this guy right here is a very special person to me, first of all. He's really like my little brother. I love him so much. He's so creative, so innovative, so talented, that the world has yet to know who this man is. And once you find out, baby, you'll never want to forget.
I don't even know it. I'm going to put my glasses on now.
Yeah, I'm about to put mine on too, because it's better to see everybody with. Shout out to DJ Nizzy for providing that mix that y'all was listening to.
That shit was like,
If you
nice.
downloaded the Glockaware app, like I keep telling y'all, every week, every day. I don't know what y'all doing out here. I don't know why y'all still listening to regular radio. I don't know. I don't get it. But all I'm going to say to y'all is get y'all lives together. And stop listening to regular stuff and listen to us. Download the Glockaware app so you can always be in the know of what we got going on. What's going on in the world, in the IKD universe, in the willpower world. Listen, we are definitely getting into some topics today. Shout out to the big bro Toucan for providing this platform right here at the G Shop. If y'all want to call into the Glock line, give us a call. I don't even know the number by heart.
It's 777-9311. Like, no.
That ain't it. We gotta put the Glock line number back up. 267-888-6019.
You know, all these years, I should have had
Y'all want to call us?
Forgive Aunt KD for not having that molded in my brain.
Y'all want to talk to us?
You know, when I did Willpower, we used to use the Glock line.
I love the Glock line. So don't think that y'all can't call up and talk y'all stuff. You got something you want to talk about. You got something you want to bring up. If you don't agree with something we said on the show, hey, you have a voice. Use it. By all means, use it. I had to put my glasses on, so don't judge me. My eyes are super big right now, and I don't care, okay? Because I need to be able to see the comments on the screen, and I need to be able to see my folks sitting right next to me. So I bought my cards today, and I'm glad I did, because B Noir is here. That's my little yogi. He loves doing yoga with me.
I do like doing yoga.
So I have my affirmation cards, but before we get started, we got to start our show the way we start our show every Wednesday, people, with a clear mind and a sound heart. All right. So let's settle into our seats wherever you are. If you're in your car, on your way to your destination, just focus on your space. Focus on yourself. Soften your gaze or allow your eyes to come to a gentle close. Take a nice deep breath in through your nostrils with healing, positive intentions. Exhale, cleanse, detox, and release anything from the mind, body, and spirit that is taking up space and serves no purpose here. Take another deep breath in with cleansing, healing, positive intentions. Exhale as we prepare to come into this conversation. Hello, and we are back. So I got my affirmation card.
Carbon dioxide out. You know, when you do that, you go in through your nose, out through your mouth. You want to give it a little.
There's really healing power in the breath, people. So do your research.
That old stuff out. That carbon dioxide.
Do your research.
Get that out.
Because if you know the power of the breath. So think about it, right? You ever had a panic attack?
A lot of times.
Right? Yeah. And then people say, get a brown paper bag. Breathe in the bag. Breathe.
Don't work for me. I'll blow that bag.
You don't need the brown paper bag.
Yeah, you don't need no bag.
You just need to breathe.
And some of y'all niggas just need to brush your teeth.
What's
up, Queen?
Like a no limit.
Looking like you just right.
I thought
like you just robbed Lil Wayne tour bus. You just robbed Lil Wayne tour bus. Talk about I'm Where the wine at? You ain't bring us no wine.
Right, we ain't over drinking. It ain't a crossover show today.
Where the mimosas?
I know I was gonna bring that one day, but she'd be like, "Nah, where the liquor?"
Yeah, I don't like wine. I like wine, but I'd rather go hard. and
like, not
you know,
she's a tequila type of.
I'm a all
Tequila.
kind of liquor type of person. Only thing I don't like is gin. So you can bring any type of liquor.
I had
I'll
a
drink
drink
it.
with gin last night and it was good.
Really? What kind of gin though? Did you get your card?
It was. I got it. It was. What was the gin? I didn't ask what kind it was, but I asked them to make me a drink with like grapefruit and something.
I like this
I
one.
used to drink gin. I'm one of those people where like, if it's feng shui in the culture, I drank Absolute. Shout out to Method Man.
Ew.
I drank Seagram's. I was a gin and juice
Seagram gin?
as a freshman in college. Thanks to Snoop Dogg, gin and juice.
I probably indulged.
I have smoked every leaf you can name because of some rap song. I mean, White Owls.
Wait, you drink Hypnotic? I drink Hypnotic.
I have drank.
I love Hypnotic.
Hypnotic.
I drink Hypnotic and ginger. I love it. They got a new
Sweet.
It's a new flavor
You
of
have
it
to
now.
remember, I'm an OG, so I come from the ST period.
You drink Mad Dog and
E to the S.
you drink Mad Dog with ginger ale, don't
Mad
you?
Dog. I drank.
I know you.
Cisco.
Y'all nasty.
Yeah.
Wild Irish Rose.
Y'all all nasty.
There used to be this apartment down Richard Allen that you used to ring the bell and the bucket would come down. You put the $5 in and the liquor come back.
Oh,
That's where we
shit.
used to stop on our way.
Ingenuity, niggas.
The projects was the shit. Now we
Projects,
didn't have
you
to
get
do that. But we did have, the houses when you go.
Yeah, it's
Now,
always a house.
We couldn't go get them because, we was like the goody shoes in the day. So we had to,
Send somebody.
my
Feliz
girlfriends ain't drink. I was a
miércoles.
rebel. My two best friends they didn't.
Shout out to Chef
coolers.
tuning in
I'm
at
the rebel out
work.
the bunch. And the youngest.
That's me. I think. Are you a middle child?
I'm the youngest.
You're
No, I'm the
youngest?
oldest.
The oldest. I'm a middle child. I'm true middle child to the core.
You in the
feel
middle
I
right
got a
now,
lot,
too.
But on some real stuff, I
the
feel like I
oldest.
probably,
I'm the
even
youngest.
though I'm the oldest of my mother's
I can tell.
kids, I feel like I got a lot of
got a
youngest
younger lot of-
energy because my mom had me when she was
brat.
16, and her brothers and sisters, like my aunt that's over me on my dad's side was 5,
Okay.
and on my mom's side,
So
she
y'all
was like
you're
7
close
or
in
8.
age to your
So-
elders.
Exactly. So I kind of feel like I grew up with them too. So
I grew up a screw up.
Baby energy and got a little bit of the oldest energy. I got a little mix of the both. You know what I mean?
Well, let's get into these cards. All right.
I like mine.
I'm going to go last.
All right.
I'm going to go last.
Am I gonna go first?
Yeah, because you're the only guy here. So we're going to do guys first since we are outnumbered.
I am growing through every experience. And on the
Repeat
back
that.
it says, okay, do it again.
Repeat that.
3 times.
Say it again. I am growing through every experience. I am growing through every experience. In the back of mine's journal topic is I am most proud of my, and I would say I'm most proud of my mental state today.
Amen.
Amen.
Not that it's always the best, but I spoke to some of the esteemed hosts of this particular podcast, or whatever you may call it. No, but really, I think I'm proud of that because it is a struggle to sometimes get your thoughts aligned enough to know what you need. And I made a decision that I no longer want to be on meds and I want to find therapy instead.
Yep.
Because I don't like the way the meds make me feel.
Yeah.
And I think that should be my choice. And I've spoken to my family and my therapist, and we're gonna take these steps as a team to make sure I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is being transparent. I've struggled with mental health openly in front of people. You know what I'm saying? Every day, and my biggest thing is anxiety. And if you don't know what anxiety is, because I once didn't know what it was, but
What does your anxiety look like? Because I can tell you what mine looks like.
my
Everybody's
anxiety
is
looks like just I can't sit. It feels like I might be on a drug, but I'm not. It's just real antsy to see what it is that's coming up or what it is that's supposed to be. And if it's not there, it causes a panic sometimes. If it's raining and I didn't think it would rain, that might cause a panic for me. I've broken down and cried because I didn't think that my food would come on time, or not because it's things I can't control.
Right.
Yeah.
Like even when I don't drive, like I remember thanks to the one of the best people I know, one of the best people. I don't want to call you by your name. I don't know what they call you, so I'm just Sister Khadijah. She had picked us up to drive to a movie set, and she was driving perfect and everything was fine, but because I wasn't in control of the car and I didn't know where we were going, I felt like we were going out of control, even though nothing that she was doing was wrong. But then she put the music on, and once again, I know that connected me to now I'm relaxed. And that's why I say I need a therapy as opposed to a drug. Because that comic, we started singing and you wouldn't even have known if I didn't say that just now. Because I was gripping the back of her seat for dear life. And just, but she didn't do nothing wrong.
Get in the car with me, bro.
No. She didn't do anything wrong.
It wasn't even the way she was driving.
It was just I didn't know where we were going.
People who have that kind of anxiety,
but I don't say anything. I can suffer in silence. Like
no, we knew. We knew.
I can suffer in silence because I'll just be quiet. Like I'm super talkative as well, but when I be quiet, people can tell that something is wrong. And like even at performances, people like, why is he always? I'm dancing because I can't stay still. First and second, if you're putting me like last, I tell people like just put me first so I can just sit.
Get it out the way.
Because like the super funny part about that, right, is after I perform, I'll fall asleep. Right. Like did it because all that energy I've been wired for so long. It's like sometimes I'm super tired, but I have to be like, because if I'm not like that, I'm not gonna be able.
You in the wrong seat, bro. You gotta be in the hot seat over there so you can face the camera.
But I'm super intense on attacking this with everything I can financially and trying to. Why is this a thing, and why are people not, putting energy in this type of disability or whatever you may call it? Because
different. Ability.
I'm not doing anything wrong. You know what I'm saying?
It's a different. Ability.
But people are attacking me and saying I'm crazy because I feel this way about myself or I feel this way about this or that. But I can tell you that with full clarity, I don't want to take a pill. I can tell you that.
And shout out to you for being a young black man willing to talk about that experience.
Because it's really because anxiety is really a PTSD disorder. So it can be triggered, and if you have both, which I do, it compounds, right? So what I mean by that is my anxiety can sometimes turn into rage, whereas though when you might not know I'm upset, so you might say the smallest little thing to me. Because of that, I'm ready to go Rambo almost. Like I'm making threats in my mind, and I might even, if I know you personally, I might say something to you crazy, and I might not care about my life.
Well, listen, B, I appreciate your transparency with this because mental health, mental wellness is something that's very, very close and near and dear to my heart because of my mother, because of my brother, and also myself. Right. Yoga was the thing that saved my life. I tell people I didn't get into yoga because I wanted to do splits and do headstands and none of that stuff. Like I literally, it found me. Right. I took a class. I didn't like the actual yoga portion, the actual workout part of it, but the meditation at the beginning and at the end of this class when I started 16 years ago, I couldn't deny it. It was almost like how you feel when you go to church and you on Sunday, you're fired up. The pastor was preaching right to you and you just like, oh my God. Monday, you probably still fired up. Right. Tuesday, not so much. Wednesday,
you did that
Thursday, Friday. So that was the thing for me as a religious person at one point. Church was my refuge and it was the thing that kept me sane, but it didn't keep me throughout the week. It didn't teach me how to manage life for every day. You know what I mean?
And that's what I wanted to say. In that way, it is some things that I've been able to hone in on and take this challenge and make it into a almost like a superpower in a sense. Because like if you ever see me, the funny thing about I could pick up anything that you teach. That's one of the things I can do because I can listen quick. I can write quick. I can think quick. It allows me to freestyle at a high level. I can get on stage with any band now and freestyle songs. I'm getting invited to do weddings and things like that because I can think on my feet. I can hear a sound and relate it to another song, and that's the sample that we're going to use right now. Or let's do that. I can do that because I love music. Yeah. So it's almost like I'm autistic in a sense where I can.
No, you are a genius.
I'm about to say.
No, you are a genius.
People who have neurodivergent issues. That's why it's called a spectrum. Yes. They really don't know what it is.
Yeah.
That's why it's a spectrum.
And that's why I think mental health represents by so many different colors.
Yep.
It's almost a rainbow of like things that you could be. Because anxiety is so amazing because if you think about it, it's really thinking ahead. Right. So if you focus that, you can really but if you do it with enough energy on the right things, my whole month is planned from now to December because I've already thought about it. I'm booked till 4/20 of next year. You know what I'm saying? Like booked.
That's awesome.
Because I've thought about what I want to do and where my sound is and where my music. That's why my music is evolving with my mental health.
Listen, I've been saying since fall has arrived, I've been telling people to check in with yourself, check in with your friends and family members. 'Tis the season for depression and matters of the mind.
And
as the
weather does
weathers
that too.
change,
Yeah.
as the days get shorter.
Seasonal depression is the worst.
Seasonal
boy.
depression
That's
is the
me
worst
every
because a
year.
lot of people.
But you got to stay around people. That's why it's important to have events.
But what I want people to do is change that mindset. When we know as the season changes that is something that affects us, what can we do different to not allow
start
us
to eat
to
different.
fall
I
or
think
succumb
eating
to that
is
depression?
part of it.
Eating, sleeping, working out, just doing things
Less
different.
alcohol, more like wines.
Now, for me, my anxiety is similar to my mom's. I start itching, like I'm itching right now. And when I let it really fester, like I literally look like a crackhead. Like I'm like, ugh. And my mom's is to the 10th power. Like you would think that she had bugs under her skin. That's how bad. And she suffers from this every day.
My grandma,
She has no relief.
Recipes. My grandma. My grandma had that same. She felt like she was itching. We would bring her lotion, and she never could not itch, and it was her anxiety. She ended up, passing away. Rest of her soul.
Breath work taught me how to reduce that. Learning how to breathe properly, learning how to calm myself down in the midst of a storm. That is what helped me to put my anxiety at bay. But let's get to our cards. I'm going last, so Aunt KD, you can go.
KD.
I believe in myself.
You too.
I am capable of anything I put my mind to.
Amen.
I believe that.
She said that with confidence.
It's confident, y'all.
Anything I put my mind, because that's the truth.
Yeah.
I like the
If I
optimism
put
with
my
you too.
mind to it, I can do it. And if you say I can't do it,
I'm going to prove you wrong.
Do it more.
I'm going to do it double time.
Hey.
Damn right. Damn
I
right.
don't like when people say
What you can't do.
I don't like that. Don't ever say what
Don't
I
limit me.
Because
Because you ain't done it.
Sometimes people have the capacity to if you don't move in the direction that they want you to move in, or if they see you not moving like the way they feel like you should move towards something, then they don't think you can do it.
Parents and
And
partners. Parents and partners.
I don't want to go off topic, but before I forget, in one of my classes, my behavioral health classes, they were talking about that. How people have this mindset of thinking that everybody think the same, that if they don't move in a certain way, that they won't be successful. And it was a guy on there that said that he was going to work with these young guys, and they didn't have their plan together. Like, he was like, well, you're going to do all this, like, how you going to do this and that, and they ain't do it, so he ain't work with them. And I do not know which one of these companies is that them two young guys started, but it's like a multi almost $1 billion.
Because the person who said they don't have a plan was probably neurotypical.
And that's what he said. He said
they're neurodivergent.
And that was the thing. His thing was, it made me like have to change the way I think, because to think that just because people procrastinate, or because that's what this lesson was all about, procrastination. Because I am a avid procrastinator.
Me too.
But one thing about me is,
but I work better under pressure.
Procrastinate, but this is the thing with me. I take a long time because I don't know what I want to do, right? And that's what he was, and I found out that there is 7 levels of procrastination. Most people that procrastinate don't procrastinate because they're lazy. Like, it's other things that stop them. So for a creative person, like myself, and a perfectionist like myself that hate to get B's and stuff.
Yeah.
If I feel like something ain't right, I won't work at it until in my mind I know it's weird.
It's perfect.
And then when I do it, it be right.
Yeah.
And that's when he talked about how we have to we are capable of anything, even though we do these things. This is just the way that we all deal with different things. We can't put each other in a box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
So I am capable of doing anything that I put my mind to. It's just that I have to want to do it. And that's this point. Because if it's something that I ain't really feeling, my energy might not be there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I love you too. I love it.
But if it's something that I want to do, like when it comes to my writing, I could just sit there and thoughts just be popping in my head. Like it's just amazing to me. Even sometimes I'll get a picture or something, and it'll just be so real that I really literally can see a scene of a movie that I didn't write. And it's the weirdest thing to me because it's literally how I write. I saw that happening. Write it down. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a gift that now that and I'm in a better mental space as well. Now that I'm in a better mental space and I've let a lot of things that were stressing me out go, my creativity level has blossomed again because I used to be able to just like for like a rant or a poem, I used to just sit there and like and write one. Now I could start a poem. I got poems I started months ago. I only got
pieces
3
and
lines.
pieces and pieces.
I got books that I started in 2014.
Listen, I've been working on Killer Kel's.
4 unfinished books.
I've been working on Killer Kel's jacket for almost a year now. Shout out to Killer Kel's for giving me his motorcycle denim jacket that I started but haven't finished. Hats that I started but didn't finish. Paintings at home that I started didn't finish. Pocketbooks, like, I mean, so I get it. I can totally relate. I am definitely a procrastinator, but I also let my mindset and my mood get in the way. So if I am depressed, if I am super overwhelmed, if I am anxious, like my body and my mind tends to want to shut down. My depression looks like sleep and lack of activity. I can tell when I've been depressed because once I come out of it and my house is in a disarray, I'll be like, oh my God.
Yeah, because then you want to go back to that anxiety.
Because that makes me even worse. When everything is out of place and nothing is where it should be,
that's the anxiety.
That makes me worse. So it's like
that's the anxiety.
Yeah.
So that's I think the depression and anxiety battle each other.
They do.
Because they always my diagnosis is major depression, anxiety, and PTSD together. So I got all 3. That's my diagnosis. So.
But in the words of Dr. Joy DeGruy,
Talk about it, DeGruy.
If you are black and in America and you don't have some type of mental illness, you are not living in the world as every other black person.
You just been
America, my nigga.
Or you have not been diagnosed.
You just not been
diagnosed.
Because
the conditions that we live in and the things that we have to endure and have endured as a people,
as a human race,
still,
in our
we are
DNA.
still trying to heal.
You want to know
DNA,
something?
our ancestors. I don't know if people believe that, but our ancestors' DNA is within us. Their traumas are within us.
You want to know?
We feel their traumas. You know what I'm saying? So, and until we work on that stuff, you know, and come to understand that this thing is real. This is just not some like crazy idea. No, this is real. And until you work on those things and those generational curses that we may not know about, we'll never like get ourselves out of these spaces.
You want to know something real quick? I just want to speak to that because I was right outside the G shop the other day, and something that sets me off is like loud sudden sounds. So like sirens, right? So I just cover my ears, right? The other day I just happened to like kind of peek out. Not only was I covering my ears, like the block was covering the ears. So I'm thinking like, how long have people not understood how that scrambles your thought? Like for a minute, I was almost like staggered. Like, wait a minute. Like, I knew where I was supposed to go, but that sound was like so eerie.
And when you live in the inner city,
but it wasn't just me though. It wasn't just me. So how many people are
That's
affected by that noise? And you know, you might be a person that don't know you're affected, and now you know you start screaming at your husband or your wife. Like, it can set your frequency off. You know what I'm saying? Just loud noises and trash trucks and like helicopter, like just stuff that you don't normally. Gunshots, like screaming and just little shit.
They talk about all these wars on TV.
That's what it sound like. That's what wars sound like.
We are living in an actual war zone ourselves. That's why I'm not big on like putting my hand up for other places. I empathize and I feel bad that those things are happening in those places.
I want my US dollars to stop going there.
But if y'all not fighting the war, y'all say y'all fighting the war here, but y'all really not. Y'all
and full transparency,
that's why I want
my Pennsylvania unit.
I don't like
ain't got
our
nothing to
money
do with.
going
Wait.
Because
I just want to say this is for transparency. My Pennsylvania unit is being sent to Djibouti, Africa right now.
Wow.
My Pennsylvania unit. And that's the thing, right? So what's happening in Djibouti? Djibouti is home to like 37 military bases because it controls trade on the Mediterranean Sea. And if you control that, you control economies. So at any moment,
don't be fucking up shit in the Mediterranean.
No, but at any moment this is the thing, right? This is the further thing, right? At any moment that could become a war zone, right? But on top of that, outside those gates, Somalia is warring with itself. So you have a war within a war within a war within a war. There's 5 to 6 wars always happening at the same exact time. Conflict every day on the same place. We're right across the street from our enemy.
Right.
Right.
You want to talk about your card?
I'm sorry.
No, it's cool.
My card says, my potential is endless. And it says, I am most proud of and it's funny that I picked this card. I was trying so hard to pick a card that would be like, was like, I'm gonna pick something that has nothing to apply to anything. But I had a conversation with a friend last night, and I said to her, like, this is my thing. Da, da, da. I was like, I really would like to work for you next time, or just work for you in some capacity. And she said, no, with me. She said, I work with artists and creatives, and she was like, I help bring people together to facilitate that creativity. She was like, so you would not be working for me, you would be working with me.
Yes.
And I told her, like, thanks for the reminder, because that's one thing that my best friend Laia always gets on me about. She was like, you're so tapped in, and you really need to figure out what it is you want to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's hard, speaking of mental issues, because I can do so much. It's so much I want to do, and I really don't know what I don't want to. I don't know what I want to do, but I do a lot of things, and I can tell you real fast what the fuck I don't want to do.
Yeah, right.
And what I ain't about to do.
Right. That's very true.
I knew
We might not know what we wanted to do, but bitch, I ain't doing
I'm
that.
not.
I know what the hell I
doing.
ain't.
Y'all might want meatloaf, but nigga, I want chicken.
And it says like, I am most proud of and I had to think about that, and it was like, authenticity. And I say that because
I can
a
smell
lot
it
of
on
people
you.
always talk about, oh, you're so genuine. And I'm not just saying like when they're talking to me and to themselves, they're like, I'm a real one. You know what I mean? And it's funny because this week I've had interactions with a lot of people that literally legitimately are my friends.
Wow.
Like these people are like, I have their phone numbers. We text each other. Like I literally reach out and check up on them. And these are people that are inaccessible to people who are like fans of theirs. And it's my authenticity that keeps my place in their life. Like I was somewhere last night and I went to go see one particular friend, and then I was like, oh, I didn't know you were here. And then they were like, well, everybody's here. And I'm like, well, who the fuck is everybody? And I
You are everybody.
literally was like, oh shit, like, oh, that's my bro. And people are like people who were there for the reason that they were there. They were put together, and they were supposed to be there because I was not supposed to be there. They were like, wow, like, how do you know these people? And I'm like, I met them 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 12 years ago. Like, while working, I just built this relationship.
I love you so much.
Right. It's like I built this relationship with that person. And it's crazy because when you work, especially in the entertainment industry, your job really is to build relationships. As an artist, as a manager, whatever, like the whole thing is relationships.
It's networking.
And people would always ask me like, oh, you write, you sing? And I'm like, well, I write actually. Like, it's funny because this morning I was cleaning my emails and I found a poem I wrote in 2008.
Ooh.
Wow.
And it's crazy because I have a bunch of unfinished poems that I started recently.
Hit the
but it's
line
like,
on that for me.
I would always tell people, like, my talent, no, I don't sing. I don't, like, yeah, I write, but not on a professional level. My talent is people, like managing people. Like, I really like to get to know people, their patterns, their habits. And then, like, I'm a facilitator. So if there's something you need, I'm comfortable enough to get it. And I think I have a very discerning spirit where I'm actually really good at determining what people to be around and what people to bring together. So like that's why important. I was like, oh, okay, my potential is endless. So it's like, okay, I'm always finding myself in these positions and places where I'm like real shit. What do you really want to do? Because every time you're in these rooms, you really could be moving forward with that or doing that instead of just being around. A lot of it is I just like being around, and while I'm around, if somebody needs something, wants something, nobody's paying me to do it, but I spring into action. Like somebody asked me for like something as small as like a grinder. It's like, I need a grinder, and I just went and opened my bag. It's like, of course you have one. I need a backwood, and it was like, I don't even smoke backwoods, but here's a whole pack, and it was like, of course you have one. But
of course,
like again, that's my thing: anticipating people's needs and just having what they need. So I'm going to receive this. My potential is endless.
It is endless. I like that. I like that a lot. So mine says, damn right. Shit.
I ran into several people yesterday, and that was they're like, how do you rise? One of them was like, oh, she was like my manager.
Because she's efficient. She's efficient. She's organized. She knows her shit.
And that's the me. I'm all over.
I had to explain.
Einstein brain.
Somebody asked me. They was like, well, how did you start working for Jeff? And I was like, I graduated Temple University January 31st, 2001. I started working for DJ Jazzy Jeff February 1st, 2001. And that was after meeting him in 2000 having an interview and being super persistent. Like I think I bothered that man every week for a minute because he was like, "No, I'm starting, but not yet. I don't have the capital yet." And then it went from every week to every month. And then like I called him like in January, and I know his birthday in January. I did my Googles and I did my search. I just knew I had been a fan since a child. And I called and he was like, "You hadn't called in a while. We were wondering if you were gonna call, but yeah, like actually, like, can you start on this day?" And I was just like, "Yeah." But it was not only that persistence, and I worked in the office, and then just seeing again, learning people, watching, using my discernment, I saw a need. His assistant had gotten sick, and so she had to stop working for a bit. And I just noticed, like, you know, people keep people around them. Everybody has a purpose, but sometimes everybody can't fulfill all the purposes you need. So I said to him one day, I said, like, it's cool that everybody go with you, and this person make sure your technical shit is right, and this person make sure that shit is right, but you need somebody to watch out for you. I was like, so can I go on the road with you? I think I could be that person to watch out for you. Like I could be the person to make sure the money is right and the contracts is right and the hotel is right, and I could talk to the people that you don't want to talk to, and shit.
And that's important.
I could be the person that says no, just so that you don't have to be the bad guy. I could be the bad bitch,
right?
And that's literally how it started. Like I just asked one day. I kind of asked halfway in the joke.
Closed mouths don't get
really,
fed, people.
Assertiveness was
and it was mostly based on the fact that every year there's a conference called Winter Music Conference in Miami every winter. Like I think it's like November, and every year Jeff would go for like a week. It was like a workcation, and every year they would go, and I was like, I want a workation, but more importantly, I wanted to be immersed in the industry and around the people. But even more important than that, because at this point I had been with the company for a year, I was like, I want to look out for him because I see what he does for so many people. There's nobody, and not that there's nobody. Everybody else has their role.
Yeah.
So you can't really be fully focused on the equipment if your job is also to deal with people. And if you don't know how to deal with people, why is that even your job?
That part.
Like, why is that even your job? Like, people get mad at, like, oh, my mans do such and such. My mans ain't put me on. Well, why the fuck should your mans put you on?
Right.
What do you do?
What do you do?
Can you even articulate to have a conversation with somebody to make them understand that you really, like, it's crazy. My code switch is ridiculous. Like, I will break out speaking Spanish to people. Like, I do it all the time at work. I love listening to a conversation in a whole other language. As soon as I hear La Negra, my fucking head turned like I got whiplash. Because what nigga over here you talking about? Yeah. And they're not necessarily nigga. They talk about the black one. And I be over here like, who?
Shout out to Ron Murder.
So, yeah, I definitely received this.
I love that for y'all. I love that I love these cards. These cards always, like, I feel like each person that picks them, you pick what it's just meant for you in some way, shape, or form. Right? I love these little cards. Nope. So mine says flowers bloom when I smile. I like this because I've come to learn from a very young age that a smile goes a long way. You never know what someone is going through. I have just smiled at total strangers and they were like, oh my God, that just made my day. Just a smile. So maybe not flowers, but in a sense, I apply those flowers to just a little piece of joy in someone's life, just a little piece of happiness.
Flowers bloom in the sunlight, and you know the Spanish word for smile is sonrisa.
Oh. See? She educates me all the
time. Learning
shit.
I'm like watching Sesame Street right now. Watching you.
So I think
this
that more
Sesame
people should
Your
smile.
son.
You should smile. I think it takes way less muscles in the face to smile than it does to frown.
I like to cry. That feel good too.
Crying is good.
You know what's, I love a good cathartic cry. Let me tell you.
I'm a Cancer. I cry all the time.
I don't like to, but so I hold it back. But when it's much needed, I enjoy it.
Oh, but you got.
I cry at commercials. I cry at cartoons.
I cry at
There's
food.
a commercial for a show.
I cry on movies.
I cry at food.
Movie coming out on
Tacos.
Hulu. It's called I think The Life of Patrice or something.
I love Patrice.
And it's about this
Patrice.
differently abled woman.
What?
She lives. I forget where she lives, but basically she's autistic. But she does so much shit. She's like a crossing guard. She's on the bowling team. She's on the swimming team. Like she's flown a plane. She flew something because I was watching it, and basically it's a documentary about how she met this man who's also differently able. They both on SSI. He's in a wheelchair, and they want to get married.
Who the fuck wrote this movie?
No, this is a real woman's life in
Spike
America.
Lee?
So it's like
and
a
it's a documentary. It's
shit.
gonna come on Hulu.
What's it called?
I think it's called like The Story of Patrice or The Life of Patrice.
Shout out to you,
And
Patrice.
she, they want to get married, but they can't because if they get married, their social
SSI,
security benefits are gonna stop.
You
Both of them are
motherfuckers.
like, yo, we need our, we
Special
can't pay
needs.
the bills.
That's fucked up.
Like there's
Fuck
when
you,
I tell you
Donald
they are special
Trump.
needs, they
So
are
it's no rights
special
for
needs.
special
Donald
needs
Trump did
people?
that
We gotta
shit.
fight
So
for special
she,
needs.
Donald
this
Trump
woman
did
is
that
an
shit.
advocate for special needs.
Donald
people
Trump, you
across
piece
the-
of shit.
She's been in the DC, like
Why you
holding
do that to them
rallies.
folks?
So this movie is about like her fight for
Wow.
everybody that is differently able.
Yeah.
Can we
Because
snap that
why
up?
would the
That's
government
poetic.
take care of you or help take care of you, and then say because you want to be
Wow.
an adult and married, now we can't help take care of you.
And you
It's like
know
saying,
they
"Oh, you
can't
want to
get
be
a regular
grown?"
job.
You gonna be grown, bitch?
They
Be
have
grown by
jobs,
yourself.
It's when you know
But
that
they have jobs that
when you
don't
know
pay
that their
that much.
potential is limitless,
Right.
but you know that the world will limit their potential.
Exactly.
Oh shit!
Exactly.
Exactly.
Message.
I posted yesterday on Facebook. I woke up. I think that was the first thing I saw when I started scrolling this trailer, and I was like, "Why am I weepy eyed before 6:30 in the morning?" Like, but I clicked on it because it comes out the 20th. Is today the 20th? It comes out this
Today,
weekend, the
nigga.
30th. It comes out the 30th.
They come
I
out the
was-
30th,
so I can
niggas.
watch that.
Listen.
Subscribe
So
to the kid.
The creator must be
Jesus.
sending us things to talk about autism because yesterday I found this network. Now y'all know me. I'm always looking for things and running up on stuff, and I always study about vaccines and all of that kind of stuff. So I found this network called YOW TV. YOW.TV.
Shout out to y'all.
This network just started. It only has 4 things on the platform right now, but it's a movie on there called The Act of 1986. And also that movie Vex is on there. And it's another movie about a young guy that was autistic, and I think his mom and them murdered him or something.
What the fuck is happening in
But it's 4
America?
movies on. All of these movies are about people
With
autism.
Autism. Wow.
Damn, this 1986.
The act of
This act of
1986.
19, I recorded
What?
some of this movie. All I want to say is, when we are going to the doctors, we feel like we should be able to trust the doctor.
I don't trust
No,
one.
I know, no, not us,
Oh,
but
right.
the average person.
The average human being.
The average person, the thing is, the average person who doesn't think like us, they don't often question the doctors. When they go there, in their mind, I'm going here because the doctor knows
said,
what
to
he
do.
talking about?
He's
Right.
got my best interest at heart. Now, I'm not going to say all doctors, but what I will say is, I feel like the doctors have a duty
A
They do.
responsibility.
as a doctor.
That's
When they know something is harmful and could cause major damage to millions of people, and they just give it to you anyway.
because what they do is they consider the they always say the positive outweighs the negative.
Yep.
But the thing was,
The ominous day.
no,
the
what it
fucking
was, it wasn't
Who the
the
fuck is
positive-
they?
It wasn't the positive outweighed the negative. It was the 0 outweighs the million. Point blank. They didn't care about.
But that's how it is every
nobody
time in
else.
medication.
Right.
In health.
They was testing
If you
niggas.
guys listen, it's free. You don't have to. This particular movie was free. Some of them is. One of them is $9.99. One and that one you gonna want to pay for because why? Because they talking about the African American cause with the autism. So you gonna have to pay for that one because in this particular one they weren't allowed. They didn't go into it because it wasn't. It was studied, but they didn't allow those studies with African Americans and autism to get out in the public when they were going to court because they were paying people millions of dollars.
Autism has ever been in American history
Go
right now.
watch
I
that.
really think it has a lot to do
That
with
vaccine.
vaccines.
Y'all niggas
Go
fucked us up.
fast,
I don't know.
listen.
None,
Oh,
of,
yeah,
dying.
none
Oh,
of my children
So
are
now that
vaccinated,
this is
so I
public,
would.
I'm going to say this, and
One of
we
them
should be
is.
good because
And
this
that's
is
the one
public.
that's super
This is on
neurodivergent.
a movie, and I'm only quoting what I saw on the movie, so don't be trying.
Allegedly.
through us. There were hundreds of court
Shout out
cases.
to the messenger. He's always tuned
There
in.
were hundreds of court cases that directly involved the vaccine and the children.
You know who was
getting
talking about
autism.
this years ago? Jim
Yeah, I'm
Carrey
about to
and
say,
what you
yeah.
call him? What's the
Yes.
white girl name that he was with at the
Jennifer
time? Her
Hudson.
son. No, Jen somebody.
Gingerbread.
The one that's
the white
the
girl.
one that's married to
Gardner.
Wahlberg. Yeah.
Jennifer Gar-
No.
No, Jen. I can't think of her name.
Aniston?
No, blonde hair, was on MTV a lot.
Yeah, you know what
I
I'm
know you're
talking
talking
a
about.
bitch
She's
named
Jen
on-
McCarthy.
Jen
McCarthy.
Jen
Yeah.
McCarthy.
So in
She was one of the first pioneers
Yes.
of this years ago
Yes.
when it came to her son.
One day you're gonna wake
Now,
up and be
I
like,
want
if we give you the
guys- I'm not
vaccine,
gonna tell
you are
all
old
about
money.
it, but the it's free to download. It's YOW.TV. I know we
Yeah, TV,
promote
niggas.
stuff, but I want you guys to go and watch that. Why? And I really want you to watch
Or
it.
just Google what's the 1986.
The Act of
Act of
1986,
but
because
the
what it
movie-
is.
Because I'm sure that comes
but
up on
the
a bunch of
movie-
platforms.
Yeah, but
Right.
it's not going to show you like that's just going to show you the bill. And here,
I
it's
wanna
a
read the
movie,
bill.
a docu-movie, and the
Read that
people,
bill.
the first woman who ever took them to court, she was the advocate, and she's the one who brought forth like all of these court cases and like was calling out doctors, and then a doctor's daughter that was one of the doctors who said that something wasn't in the vaccine. He actually knew that he was lying literally on the stand.
Wow.
His assistant's daughter got autism while they were in the midst of studying this stuff, and then he decided he was going to sue. Now he was paid millions for his daughter, but they stopped it. Boom. And cut it off where you couldn't even say nothing about them.
Nigga, I'm
nothing.
suing y'all niggas.
Listen,
Yeah, but the Googles can bring you right back over.
I want
there.
my $1 million.
You have to. It's so informative, and not just because it really just gets into the laws, Congress, the bills that was passed.
We
I
got
don't.
to
I tell
let's
people
do a
all the
watch
time, I don't
party
trust-
at
I
the
don't trust
library.
anything medically
Let's do a
that
watch
has to
party
be
at the
regulated
library.
by the government.
Yeah.
So
Let's do a
I
watch
remember
party at the library.
my oldest son will be
I'm all
26 next month,
That'd be
and we
nice.
were actually terminated from a physician's practice. Who actually she was my pediatrician, but because I refused to get my son immunized, she discharged me from the practice. She was
Wow.
like, "There's no love lost." She still saw my nephew, and she still saw my other sister's children because they all got their children immunized. And I was like, "I'm not doing that." And she was like, "Well, did you know? Do you understand? You were immunized." I said, "Right, because I was immunized, I had the immunities."
Right.
I was like, "I
I'll
breastfeed my
pass it
kids,
on.
like
Yeah.
I'll pass it on."
Exactly.
I was like, and his body will learn to fight. And then so I'm not a religious person, meaning I won't bring up the Bible in my argument. I'm not going to bring up the Torah. I'm not going to bring up the Quran. I'm not a religious person. But I will tell you, if you expect me to believe your Bible when motherfuckers was living to the age of 1,400 and 4,000 years, then, and I know they didn't have this, then I'm going to increase the chances of my child living
Yeah.
longer by not giving them this. And so my other nephew, who's my oldest nephew, who is 4 months older than my son, has sickle cell. So one of the things I was researching while I'm still pregnant and my sister gives birth to this baby who has sickle cell, because now I know I have the trait. I never asked his dad did he have the trait.
Right.
Never asked. So the first thing I'm thinking is, oh shit, my nephew has sickle cell. Will my son have sickle cell?
Right.
But they tested him because they did it in utero because they knew I had the trait. But I in studying vaccines, I learned that when you have sickle cell, because your blood cells sickle the way they do, it depends on what type of sickle cell you have. There are so many vaccines that you don't even need to get
Wow.
because your blood already activates against those diseases based on the fact that the
And a lot of
disease
black people
of
got sickle cell.
in it is
A lot of
already
black people
fighting
got
something.
sickle cell.
A lot of people have the trait. So a lot of the vaccines you get, you don't need even having the trait and not completely having the disease.
Wow.
A lot of times people be like, my bones hurt, I ache. If you got sickle cell trait, you're likely going through a crisis, but it's not as severe as a person who has the complete disease
Wow.
because your cells actually are not turning into sickles,
Yeah.
but they are having issues passing through your bloodstream, having issues. This is all the stuff that as a 23-year-old pregnant person, I'm reading.
Yeah.
Because one thing I said, they not going to have me up here in Jefferson Hospital telling me I'm a young black uninformed mother. And so when I went in there to give birth to my son, all the doctors were impressed. They were like, there's really not too much we can tell you because you know what you know, you've done your research, and you're kind of standing your ground. Like the anesthesiologist came in to talk to me about epidural, and I was like, just bring me the paper to sign. I don't want to be counseled. I don't want you to be trying to talk me into it. You can tell me about the pain, but guess what? You're a man anesthesiologist, so unless you pass the baby through that penis, there's nothing you can tell me about the pain I'm going to experience of passing a child through my vagina. So I'm going to go ahead and thug this one out. And they were just all so impressed to the point that they allowed me, like, you know, hospitals are really strict. They want 2 people in a room outside of whatever medical team is there. And I actually did not want to give birth in the hospital, but I also, again, I'm so indoctrinated into this culture that I was brought up in before I became a 5%er. That one thing I know, 2 things for sure, I didn't want my baby to die. So I want to be somewhere where if anything happens, I know it's a controlled environment. But his dad was there when they cut the cord. That it was like, where you going with the placenta? Like, we taking that. Like, y'all not about to be experimenting. Ain't no Henrietta Lacks over here. Like, y'all not about to be experimenting.
I wish I would have.
So they allowed.
When I was younger.
It's just research. They allow, and really, you know what it was? It's just, I appreciate the fact that I was born when I was, even though sometimes I joke like I should have been born in the 50s, so I could have went through the free love and the drugs of the 60s. But growing up in the 90s and the late 80s, early 90s, with that whole resurgence of Black Power in the form of like Public Enemy. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I want to be at S1W. I just want to.
Well, they would have counted me out because as soon as they came out, I was already pregnant. So.
but just growing up in that era when Black people were trying to get to know who they were again, and when the the whole Muslim resurgence and Farrakhan at the height of his, really at the peak, because although he was around previous years, this is now the 90s, so this is the height of his career. So, and just getting knowledge itself, that was something that we did. So that's why, as a young person, I was so propelled to the hospital with Message to the Black Man. So they're not coming in here to say too much of nothing to me. Like, they in here like I told them after I had my son, like, they were like, you want to hold your baby? And I'm like, yeah. But at the same time, you know, I'm North Philly Ghetto Ratchet. I'm like, put the TV on, turn the Springer. The trans is going to be fighting today. And they looked at me like, what? And sure enough, Rico was on there. I'll never forget the episode. And so they came to ask me, like, you know, fill out the birth certificate. They're like, what are you going to name your son? I was like, you know, we decided his name is going to be first name God, middle name Ahmad, last name Najam. They looking at my bracelet. They looking at dad bracelet. Nobody's last name is Najam. They looked at me and said, well, you know, we're going to come back when the anesthesia wears off. I said, I did this natural. They're like, oh, God, G-O-D? I don't know if you can do that. I said, I promise you I can. Write it down. Like, write it down. Even I had my dad question. I don't know if you can do that. I said, there's many Puerto Ricans and Latinos and Spaniards walking around here named Jesus.
Cut it out.
And y'all keep saying Jesus, and other people call him Yeshua. So, like, why can't I name my son G-O-D?
That part.
They literally got stuff that say
you can name your
kid certain names.
Wow.
Well,
that's crazy.
You just have to advocate for yourself. That's something I learned. And that's part of, like you were saying, like your mental health journey. Like being an advocate for yourself is very important in that, because only you know you.
Listen.
And can't nobody tell you nothing about you more than you can.
You become a martyr sometimes, in that sense.
Shout out. Oh, let me real quick.
I feel like I become
I need
a
to
martyr
call my mom
sometimes
and make sure
change.
she's on this phone appointment. But I'm loving this conversation, and I appreciate everybody's openness about mental health, mental awareness, mental health awareness. And another dimension of mental health that is affecting my life is dementia. So I want to just talk about it briefly before we get into our artist that we have up here with us, Noir. We want to listen to some of his music and definitely get a little performance from our little bro. But even to you guys, you know, y'all are a little older than me, so y'all parents are about the same age as my mom or older. Have you had these talks with your parents about being their caregiver, what aging is going to look like for them, their life insurance policies, what kind of burial they want? Like, these are all the things that I'm dealing with, even though my mom is not like on her deathbed or anything like that. But the reality of it is she doesn't have life insurance. Okay. The reality of it is dementia is definitely progressing at a very rapid rate. And I don't know how long she has. So now I'm up against, you know, as the child that's her caregiver, is only 2 of us, me and my brother, and I'm the main caregiver. I don't really have help. I don't really have people that help me outside of the people that live in my house. So there's all of this planning that goes into taking on this role, and are any of you prepared or in a position to, one, let your parents come live with you, handle all of their affairs, their finances, their doctor's appointments, just the daily living stuff, cooking the meals, washing their clothes. Like, have y'all thought about that stuff? What that would look
Every day,
like?
B. my mom actually moved in with my younger sister. That was the plan. My mom she's super active, so she is trying to be productive in longevity of her life. So she's already 72. My mom and dad are both 72. My mother doesn't have too many serious health issues, like meaning she doesn't have cancer. Although the way it's been rampant on my father's side of the family and in her own side of the family, she had double knee replacement. She goes line dancing 3 times a week, sometimes more. She goes, my mom be outside. She's super active and involved with my daughter and all of her grandkids. She always has been. So, but we do talk about it because she's forgetful. And like, we always make the joke that, like, if anything, dementia might be the thing that she or I get. Like, I forget a lot of stuff, and I'm like, I don't know if it's the weed or I don't know if it's like early dementia. Like, I literally forget things. And it's more than just walking into the kitchen and forgetting what you went there for. It's literally like preparing a whole thing, being in the middle of speaking and being like, what was I saying? So we don't. So I know for a fact, and no, I'm not prepared, because the way my mental health issues look is I can't deal with that. Like, when my grandfather passed away, at the time I lived at home. I had turned the basement of our house into my apartment, and I remember being in the basement, and I remember hearing the phone ring, the house phone ring, and I remember hearing my mom answer, and then I remember hearing this crazy wail and tears. And I rolled over and I picked up my cell phone and I called both of my sisters on the 3-way. And it's late. It might even be 1 a.m. And I said, y'all need to get here because your mother needs you. And they was like, what? I said, I think Daddy, and that's what we call our grandfather. I said, I think Daddy died. Why do you think that? Because the phone rang, I heard a wail, she's crying. Y'all know I can't deal with it. I literally, while my mother is upstairs grieving her father, sat in the basement until my sisters came. I don't deal with grief well. And I'm not good with. I can try to support my friends by being there, but like I don't. I never have. When my grandmother died, I never forget. My mother's mother. After the funeral, I wanted to go skating at USA skating rink, and everybody was up in arms about don't let her go. But that was how I dealt with it. I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be around nobody. My avoidance. I'm very much, when it comes to those things, I am an avoidance person. When my stepfather had a stroke, I just happened to be home waiting for a car to pick me up to go on tour. I'm in my room. I heard a doom doom downstairs, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? I ran downstairs. He's on the floor. I turned back around, banging on my mom's door. Yo, something's wrong with Mr. Bernard. I run in my room to get the phone. I know enough to do that, but I can't go to him to see what's wrong. I can't do that. I already know when something happens to either of my parents, I'm going to be the one to fall apart. And I'm the one that holds everybody and everything together. I'm going to be able to do it through laughter at some point, but it's really going to be hard. So no,
I don't have siblings that can take on this responsibility with me. It's literally all on me. I even had to step down. Shout out to my YMCA classes. I am officially stepping down as of October 1st.
We love you.
I'm sad about it. I love teaching yoga. I'm not stopping teaching yoga. If you want to do yoga with me, you just have to come to me. I'm going to do yoga at home. I have all of my equipment at home. I actually do personal training at home with a couple clients. But I just have to step down from the YMCA because my classes are early in the morning, 7:30, 8 o'clock at the latest. My mom is normally asleep. Lately, she's been up 4 o'clock in the morning, like it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm tired now. I can't teach like this. It's stressful. Even just leading up to like the process of taking my mom in was a whole mental health crisis for me. Because I'm like, we never got along. Like, I'm thinking like the little girl, the teenage, rebellious little girl who couldn't stand her mom, whose mom had OCD. She got on my nerves. And now here she's coming into my space. Oh, my God. And it is frustrating, right? It's very frustrating. It can be uncomfortable at times. It's like, I literally took this on at a time where my whole life was falling apart. I was separated going through a separation, going through a divorce, living at my aunt's house, dealing with my mom having dementia, and then eventually trying to move into my own place, trying to raise my teenage daughter by myself, and now taking on this responsibility. And it was so hard, and it's still hard, because it's like I'm trying to get my own life in order. I'm trying to pick up the pieces from an 18-year relationship that is now over, you know, and start anew, but I can't even focus on me. Like, I literally don't have time to make myself a doctor appointment. I literally don't have time for myself like that. That's why I love doing this show. And as much as I can do, take the time for myself to be here at Glockaware and support over a drink, that's my me time. I have to do that for me.
You have to do that.
It's unfortunate that I have to step down from teaching yoga, but even for my own mental health, because again, I got into yoga for myself before I started teaching. So if my mind ain't right, and I know every day, and I'm sure all of y'all have seen me up here crying, talking about how frustrated I am about what I'm dealing with my mom, but that energy will transfer to the people that I'm teaching. I have a responsibility. If my mind ain't right, I can't teach. And I know my mind ain't right. I know it. I feel it. Like you said, relying on alcohol. Like, I know better. But alcohol numbs the pain sometimes. It helps me to block out my mom, who calls my name every 5 minutes like the fucking house is on fire. Sometimes I need a shot. Sometimes I need a L. I need some weed to calm my nerves, because first of all, I'm an advocate for marijuana when it comes to anxiety and any matters of the mind. I even tried to assist my mom with trying it and getting her a medical marijuana card. She wasn't comfortable with it because she's a recovering addict, but I'm telling her,
Give her edibles, dude.
I tried that too. But like her tolerance, no real shit.
She needs the microdose
People
on
who
shrooms.
do hardcore drugs, like hardcore drugs, sometimes weed ain't enough.
She probably needs the microdose on mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real
That shit is
shit.
different.
Like, she really probably does.
Different mental clarity.
I
would
would
talk
have
to somebody, like,
I
I got a
have
couple people
guy-
you can talk to.
Well, refer them to me, and
Because
I
I might
might
start doing it.
I might start doing it. I
It's
tried.
really helpful to
I
people
tried
with these type of-
mushrooms.
and it clears
So
your mind.
and that's the other thing.
It
You
clears
gotta
your
know
mind.
how.
you have to know which ones to take. Like,
Yeah.
there's different ones
It's
for
one
different
that I
things.
believe
Just like
that
there's
cleared
different
my
weed for different things.
Different things,
Because the
yeah.
reality is, people will be quick to be like, I got prescribed weed for anxiety, but if you smoke certain weed or if you
It
smoke too much,
increases
it
anxiety.
increases your
Yes.
fucking anxiety.
Certain sativas.
Absolutely.
They don't
So-
do research, sis. They just smoking
They
shit.
just smoke.
They do crack.
See, I'm a person that, like, and I told somebody that last night. I said, I've always been really experimental, and I've
Shrooms
always been
are
open about that.
amazing. Shrooms
But
are
I'm the type of
beautiful.
person where a fucking Saturday morning special cartoon will scare the fuck out of me. So whatever it is I'm gonna take, I'm gonna research it first.
Yeah.
Like, I used to love taking ecstasy, but trust
Hey,
me, I know what
yeah.
it does to your brain. I done did the research.
But shrooms
I done
are
made peace with the
amazing.
fact that I'm only using 15 to 20% of my brain anyway.
Wow.
So
Love you. We gotta talk more about these
fuck?
drugs that we
This
use.
shit is only gonna fuck with the side of the lobe that I'm not messing with. I learned a long time ago
That shroom coffee that you talked about, that is
that rise
amazing.
mushroom
I
coffee
like
is good.
that.
All
I
that
like
is that shroom energy is very directive to what you need.
Even
Like,
mushrooms that
clarity.
aren't psychedelics, like the ones you eat for food, they all have different
Yeah.
let's
properties that
research
do
together.
different
Let's
things.
all engage in this together.
The foods you eat. Like,
Yeah.
seriously,
It's
like,
a medical
you stop
journal in
eating certain
Germany.
Foods that have like high like certain things. Some people don't need, like, you need iron, yes,
Yeah.
but some things is adding too much
But
iron.
here it goes. Look,
Now you're
it
crazy.
was a medical research done in Germany that took people that were dealing with psychosis and microdosed them. They said the increase of their behaviors like changed drastically overnight almost.
Yeah.
They woke up, they were able to just do things they normally couldn't do. They were making breakfast. It was like they came in the house, people were cleaning shit that they never, like, people that was covered in shit coming
Mom,
in.
you about to be on
People was
shrooms.
covered in shit and they was washing and taking showers and being very productive and open-minded. The artwork they were doing was amazing. Like, they said these people for months.
Yeah.
And when they went home, it was like they took them off and those people went immediately back to their old
LSD
babies.
has that effect.
I mean,
Immediately back to their old babies.
My agent, I always call him a doctor, but he always says he's not a doctor. Sorry, Herman.
Yeah.
His name is Herman too.
Yes, I'm about to say.
Sure.
So I ain't gonna lie. I chickened out Herman. I'll be big.
Hey, Herman is crazy.
Listen, I went into shock. Okay, so I ain't even gonna hold you. Like I kind of like just like I already got my own little stuff going on, right? So then when I had this appointment with him, where he saw right through me like
Like a transparent.
like a window. And he's like, oh, literally, like everything I did, he knew. He was like, oh, you get angry quick. Oh, it's your nerves. What they say with your heart. So all these things, he just like saying. So he's like, so if you want to get better, this is what you gotta do. Like now, mind you, I'm a foodie. Okay, I don't eat a lot. I don't eat good, but I like to eat what I like to eat. Right? I got a real sensitive palate, so if stuff don't taste right to me, I literally like bomb. It's hard for me to like eat something that doesn't taste good. I literally, and I know it can be mental, but it literally make me gay. So now he's like, you can't eat nothing. Just eat air cycle. He didn't literally say that, but that's how I felt because everything I love, he said you can't eat. Lemon, lime, honey,
Citrus.
what? Milk, eggs, cheese, ice cream.
Damn.
None of that's good for us anyway.
All
black folks are
onions,
lactose. All humans are lactose
garlic,
everything
listen,
she likes.
everything I like. Onions, garlic, red grapes, red wine.
What
red
the fuck did you
onions.
do? Who did you make this man that you can't eat nothing?
So then I started.
So that means your acidic levels are high.
Oh, acidic level.
That's
Cut out the
exactly what he
acid.
said.
Avocados.
Like, you gotta cut the acid out, right? So in my mind, so this is what really, because in my mind, okay, I'm thinking like he's a Reiki healer, so he's gonna be like fucking with my head, kind of like he's not gonna do that.
All your chakras,
right?
To make sure you're all in
But when he
alignment.
said that, he's like, and I kind of like, oh my god, and I'm like, I ain't gonna be able to eat shit. So then I started looking at the stuff, and then some of that stuff is just nasty. And I was just like, oh, I gotta get my mental together. So what I have been doing is I really have been cutting hair. I have been eating salads. I have been like working my way to this.
It just got flyer.
Right?
Look at the outfit. It's giving grease. That's what I'm getting.
Yes,
from this.
pink ladies. Pink ladies.
And I just did my project in school on grease, like literally.
Tell me more. Like this, he have a guy.
Speaking of music.
Sorry. Right.
Yeah,
The segues.
But
Speaking
that's exactly
of
what he said. So he said, it's my nerves, it's
I
the
must smell
acid
weed.
build up in my body. And once I get that acid, he told me, and he also told me, so if you're drinking alkaline water all day, stop. He said, don't drink alkaline water all day. He told me to drink 2 cups of alkaline water in the morning. And then for the rest of the day, just drink spring water or whatever. Because if you drink too much alkaline now, and you taking the acid out your body, and now you're drinking a lot of alkaline, then your body going to be too much alkaline and not enough acid.
Can't have too much.
Don't eat nothing. Drink 2 glasses of water, and that's it.
And
that was my diagnosis.
Well,
don't eat nothing.
Well, people out there in the Think
No
Outside
cake
the
for
Box
you,
universe,
lady.
I hope y'all took something away from everything that we shared with y'all today. We got to get into our artists. We got to get into B Noir, get into his music, get into, everything that makes B Noir who he is.
Let's
So
do it.
let's
do
get
it.
off of the heavy stuff. Let's get into something very light. Let's get into this music. Well, B, I've seen you perform. I've heard your music. I like your music. I love your music. I love more so what made me like you as an artist when I first met you was seeing you perform. To be honest, it gives his performances give unplugged.
Okay.
Like very authentic, very just engaging with the audience, very natural, shoes off, bare feet type style, very neo soul.
Very Sade.
Very, so it's like
a lot of my favorite
very
people.
Janae Aiko.
His music takes you to all different places. It's hip hop, it's neo soul, it's R&B, it's bluesy. I mean, this is me. I could be wrong, but this is what I feel.
Right. I was on his Instagram
It's
yesterday.
just I think I found the place where I feel comfortable, and I call it neo soul, but it's more than that. It's trap soul, hip hop.
Oh, I love that.
Alternative hip hop, which I talk about the 15 genres on Authentic Philosophy. Y'all can tap in. It's different genres of music, and if you embrace just one, you're allowed to be creative there. But if you embrace all of them, be able to do whatever you want. And I believe I can embrace any style once I know what it is. So if I hear it once or twice, I can embrace it. I could do country at a high level if I wanted to. I can do, that old school. I chimed in with. I can do that. I can do anything I want to do.
Bit of rock and roll.
It's like I would call it like alternative rock and roll, soft rock. I'm really connected to 80s rock.
Like yacht rock.
Yeah, I love samples. I'm big into samples. I like the locks.
Okay.
I also like 21 Savage.
So you already answering some of my questions because I was definitely going to get into what was your top 5 alive, no
top
dead.
5 alive, no dead.
Top 5 alive.
I said the locks, Enes, Bruno Brown, Ace the Chemist, the Renegades, Killer Kills.
That's all our people, y'all. So if y'all don't know who they are, y'all need to tap in.
And the reason why I'm saying that because, and I said that on purpose because I go to see them. I'm gonna be honest. I don't. I got to see Rick Ross. That was amazing. But I like to see with my friends and my family performing better than anybody I've known on a mainstream level because they know me personally.
Now,
and I would support them before I would support any mainstream artist.
Right. And I shout out to the whole Glockaware family. Like I feel like we are definitely a conglomerate of support. Like we travel in packs. It don't matter who having something, what's going on. We showing up. We pulling.
Y'all
up.
be missing a lot of my shows, but they be in neighborhoods y'all never really go to anyway.
Because he be all way out in the weird.
I used to fuck South Street up.
Was that yesterday? You was up American Street or
Yeah,
something?
American
Little
Street.
Puerto Rico.
Made in Philly. Yo,
Little Puerto Rico.
Can I say something real quick? Made in Philly was super. All right, so I'm gonna say this, and I shout out to the Royal Creatives, Neil Creatives for inviting me. It was a nice show, beautiful restaurant, but I just feel like y'all missed it when y'all had to charge everybody because it's our city. Y'all not even from here, and for y'all to charge everybody $20 and then tell us that we was gonna get a cash prize that's not decided to this morning is crazy. Because I know who won, and y'all know who won, and the fact that y'all gonna allow these outside resources so we don't get clarity on who won is kind of. I appreciate connecting with people. We was doing ciphers all night, chilling. People met each other, which was beautiful. But I think they missed the target on this, and I'm going to take responsibility for doing this next year. Made in Philly, so I'm gonna start tapping into some people I know. We're not doing that no more. That was kind of crazy. Everybody wasn't allowed in. Like it wasn't even. And I'm not mad. I'm just letting y'all know that was kind of not what I was looking forward to. And if I won the loss, I really don't care. I'm excited for the platform that y'all allowed, but. That was not done the right way.
Shout out to Black 31 Magazine.
Yeah, that was not done the right way for the culture. Like, that was not Philly. Like, it was Philly artists, but it wasn't Philly. And niggas was gonna stay up from Jersey. No. You know what I'm saying? Because it's called Made in Philly. I take that seriously.
Right. Exactly.
When you say you from somewhere, you gotta rep
Philly nigga take that serious.
You from Houston.
And I'm not saying niggas wasn't violent for being. But it's like these guys. These guys have put a collective to go to each state. They go around to each state and they say made in Milwaukee, made in Chicago. But they come to Philly, it's made in Philly, and I'm looking at the crowd. I'm like, yo, Philly not even in here right now.
And it's Philly breaks a lot.
And on top of that, to say made in Philly, to have it like the restaurant was super beautiful. Like shots was $30. This ain't made in my city. This ain't. This on American. I even had this shit up North Philly or something. But it just tells you what they think about us. That's what I say because that American street was nice, but we couldn't smoke inside. That's not made in Philly.
Right.
That's not the. I'm used to going into motherfucking members only and seeing 30 niggas with weed rolled up. I'm used to that.
So that was
and I do neo soul. I do, but no. The artist came out with the energy to represent Philadelphia, but the energy didn't match. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Right.
It was beautiful. It was something I would have done.
Like American and Susquehanna.
It looked like Dobbs.
Yes.
Okay.
It was too cute. It was too cute. It was too beauty to be my city. Right. But I got on the ground. I flipped around, threw my shoes off. But whatever. Shout out to them niggas.
It didn't give you that Philly grit.
Yeah, it wasn't gritty enough.
What song you want to get into first?
Oh, yeah, we can go right into Cookies and Clouds. Thank you, too.
Cookies and Clouds.
This is out on YouTube right now. I'm going to shoot this visual.
It just got flyer times 2.
At Walnut Street Lounge. Everybody's invited. $10 to get in. Bring your own weed. We're going to have. I'll let y'all know. It's going to be probably like around like Christmas. We're going to smoke a bunch of weed, shoot this visual. So you can play that too. Cookies and Clouds out on YouTube right now. yeah. Cause we about to smoke, hey. Nah. Hey, just roll a pack of cookies, yeah. Cause we about to smoke, baby. Roll a pack of cookies, baby. You ain't gotta ask. Roll it up in circles, baby. Roll it up in halves, yeah. I can have this half, baby. You can have this half, baby. Roll a pack of cookies, you ain't gotta ask, yeah. Roll it up in circles, baby. Roll it up in halves, yeah. I can have this half, baby. You can have the whole, yeah. You can have this roll up pack of cookies. Yeah, cause we about to smoke, baby. Nah. Hey, just roll up back of cookies, baby. Cookies, baby. Yeah, cause we about to smoke, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, smooth land. Let me give you a reminder. I remember smoking with you for the first time in your brother's Honda. Back boxing at the concert. We even had an extra ticket for me, couldn't go, but I felt honored. Getting the bag for making them ads, didn't know she was sponsored. She always got one roll, my marijuana mama on the roster. You won't see me hitting anybody blunt, thanks, got my own ganja. Not passing this blunt, go back to your safe, shit, tell your mom. I don't even know the name or where I gotta share, private con. Back out like a Rhonda. Cookies probably need an Oscar. Come on, Smooth. This a whole different Donda. Guess that probably was a name. I think that probably was a name. Snap, y'all. Snap. Hey. Put your blood cell if you out there, 420, baby. Let's do this shit one time. 1, 2. Let's roll a pack of cookies, baby. Cookies, baby. Yeah, cause we about to smoke, baby. Nah. Hey, just roll a pack of cookies, baby. Cookies, baby. Yeah, cause we about to smoke, baby. Hey. Cause we about to smoke, baby. Shout out to Pop. Another song right here. This Pop Noir. Down from West Philly. Sound like Pop Smoke. Shout out to New York, but he from Philly. Let's go, Pop. Yeah. Whatever I pop up. This shit hit different whenever I rap. Promise it's not y'all. I can't lie, but I need to take bigger than that. I still rap, y'all. Bigger than that. Grew up in the trap, so I had to adapt to that. Tinted windows on the Bonneville. Now she know how the carpet feel. Sit it for the thrill. Not for the club, they spin again, it's for the grill. Put the ink on the line, got me a fill. I'm taking the field. I'm Jackson Brady, how I be taking the field. I go in my field. Yeah, go in my field, Shout out to Dutch, man. I just talked to him this morning live. What's up, Dutch? What's up, Pop? This is on his album coming out.
Yeah, I'm just a young and I heard that bitch shooting. Shot that shit hitting like fade away. I've been mixing honey up with the vodka.
Hey, take him up in a way.
Really that nigga.
Hey, Pop, I love this shit, Pop. I can't wait till you drop this motherfucker, man. Come on, Pop. Still, make it a feel. Yeah, kid. My duffel. Let's go, Pop. Last time, y'all. Y'all ready to bounce? Bounce. Big game where I pop off. Better whenever it was just not y'all. Took it in that, took it in knocks off. Took it in that. Had to adapt to that, yeah. Shout out to Pop Moore, baby. I call that nigga the young Pop Smoke. This off the album right here, this is Windows. Shout out to Lauryn Hill, shout out to Kanye West, baby. Yeah, when it falls down, who the fuck you gonna call on? Yeah, the situation in the media keep us stressing. Like a verse from being the war, it keep you guessing. A message, take you a seat. Don't remind me, put these on repeat. We'll repeat, in design, it got you dripping. What you sipping? White wine, Lifestyle,
different,
quite expensive. Black car, 5% tint. Yeah, and when it all falls down, hey, bad thing, gentle reminders, yeah. First, I'ma hit this like I'm Kanye. My fault, I'ma do this like I'm Andre, not 3K. A white Bronco right behind me. Hit the freeway, go 90. When it falls down, why the fuck you always giving up? Got to remember the lines, Lauren delivered. Sometimes you gotta think about the small shit so you can get the big shit done. Gentle reminders. In alignment with your truth, cause you a truth teller. Truth with no umbrella. In this Mayweather, the wrong premium leaf like we Mayweather, and check more cheddar, and let it go. Fire sheds and chateaus. We can do whatever, we're never letting you know. Just letting go, we letting go. Bad thing. Gentle reminders, yeah. Gentle reminders, go. Bad thing. But Kanye said it like this. Kanye West said it like this. Kanye West said this. Yeah. When it all falls down. When it all falls down. Yeah. When it all falls down, I'm letting you know. When it all falls down, who you gonna call now? That thing. Yeah. This is new right here. Next year we got an album coming out called Clouds. This on Clouds, it's called Oversized T. Go ahead, too. Every time she spoke with me, she wanted for a shirt. Y'all can bounce with this shit. All my girls that want to smoke, I said, every time she spoke with me, she asked me for a shirt. Hey. Every time she spoke with me, she asked me for a shirt. I gotta get a shirt. Hey, Fly Team, this is the shirt right here. Every time she spoke with me, she asked me for a shirt. Every time she spoke with me, she want an oversized tee. She can fit anything in the crib, cause she 5'3". 6 a jersey with no bra on. Yeah, Dr. J, I asked about it when I seen her walking on a fly day. Go ahead, send me the cash app. And parrot taking the catnip, milk short with his catnip. Marble floors or low ceiling, shit like what happened. All black on black, no snapping. Picture what's up, I'm gonna call something. Bringing up the heat with no caption. She not the same. Yeah, oh, she a catfish, no dropping the phone is Spanish. With the seats all white, it's looking like a napkin. Every time she smoke with me, she asked me for a shirt. A shirt, baby, ask me for a shirt. I said, every time she smoke with me, she asked me for a shirt. Yeah. Let's go, sit. Every time she smoke with me, she asked me for a shirt. A shirt. Yeah, I want my shirt back. Every time she smoke with me, she asked me for a shirt. Yeah. Every time she smoke with me, she asked me for a shirt. Every time she spoke with me, she asked me for a shirt. She asked me for a shirt. A shirt, asked me for a shirt. Every time. This the remix. Oh, that's not me. We up, right? No.
Listen,
I got Hancock and I'm out of here.
You got Hancock for me?
I'm gonna do Hancock.
All right, we got one more, and then we gonna take it on out of here.
Thank y'all for having me. My name is B Noir, and I do music. B Noir Music on Instagram. Follow me. I got YouTube, and I don't know what my next show is, but you'll find out soon. Let's do it. Catch you on my philosophies, and make sure you check in for Friday TV Top 5. Friday Top 5. And we went to the
tune into the Fly Team every Friday.
Show the Glock away. Hello the kick at. Wash your ass, and please put down the guns. Let's go.
Put the guns down.
Put the guns down. You don't got Hancock?
We don't got no Hancock. I'm sorry. Well,
You got Bobby Boucher?
Y'all need to tune in. Y'all need to download his music on all streaming platforms.
Just send any Be Noir up. I got you. Anything is fine. It'll suffice.
Or maybe not. Because we only got
8
more minutes.
So maybe we'll close out with that.
We'll try to close out with one of Be Noir songs. But listen, we appreciate y'all for tuning into the Think Outside the Box podcast. Make sure y'all download the GlockoWare app. Tune into all the other platforms, all the other podcasts, all the other shows that we have on our lineup. Today is Wednesday, so I believe today is Chronic Conversations. From 6 to 7. Paulie and the gang.
And don't forget, guys.
From 7 to 8.
Don't forget what?
No, it's cool. Cut you off. Sunday, October the 27th, Rooster Progression, our investment company, is having a tailgate game night.
Ooh.
Tickets $20.
I'll be there.
Food is included.
Wash your ass.
We'll be playing LCR and Paquito.
Oh shit.
It's at 914 West Girard Avenue. I do have the tickets with me, so if you want to come purchase, help my family's investment company. This is a fundraiser for our company. We also love to play LCR, have a good time, and watch the Eagles. So come down, do all three. 914 West Girard. I have the tickets, and that is October 27th for the Philadelphia Eagles and Bengals game.
Shout out to the Phillies. We clinched the NLE East championship.
Shout out to the
and then we got our
Eagles
asses kicked from the Cubs last night.
Before we go, I want to say shout out to the Eagles.
Who beat the Saints. Everybody thought the Saints was going to kick our ass, and I told y'all. I didn't. I said the Saints was due for an L. I said, watch the Eagles win, and didn't I say that? I said the Saints was due for an L, and they going to get it with us.
But I'm going to just say this.
Played good defense.
I goes and bet. Y'all know I
got Hancock, by the way.
I'm not a better, huh?
I got Hancock, by the way.
Oh, you got Hancock?
I'm a betty. I'm a sports
You bet on some shit? Put me on your ticket, nigga.
The shit was so bad this week when I went to go put my tickets in, right? Because last week I won $400.
God damn.
So
y'all talk to Kravitz.
He's
not too good at it. His jeans getting tighter and tighter as he bets.
But they too unpredictable for me right now. So I bet on other stuff. Who gonna score first? Who gonna score last? That's it makes out better that way.
You a bad motherfucker.
Last week when I went out there,
it was nasty work, wasn't it?
It was a lot of people.
A lot of niggas wearing Timbs.
Already, I'm like, take a shot already.
You just got up, nigga. How'd y'all like the music, ladies? I didn't hear y'all.
How do we like your music?
How did y'all like the songs y'all
Well, you
heard
already
today?
know how I feel, so you can
I want to ask these two ladies how you like it. What's your favorite?
I like that first one.
Like the
that
first
first
Cookies
one,
and Cloud.
I can use that in my next film. That's a good, like,
film
Friday,
placements.
That's like a good Friday, like
okay.
music, like
Well, you want to be for the video? Or you want to direct the video? It's all yours. Let me know. Yeah. Now, how about you, sister Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
I told them, I said, shit, the last one got me thinking about all the shirts I done took.
Oh, look at you still in there.
I'm like, damn, you got a bunch of collected.
And y'all don't get his shit back, and then y'all wear it like it's yours. Son of a fucker.
White tees. I didn't cop.
No, but that's millions of them. Honestly, listen to the first one, Cookies and Cloud. That's the first thing I thought of is still being industry tangent. Yeah. I sometimes get emails and information that people are like looking for songs for movies and TV. And I'm like, oh, I got another.
I have tons of those. That's just a sample.
For that now.
Make sure y'all follow me on Spotify. I got 1,000 monthly listeners now. Thank you.
All right.
Nice. Well, listen, we about to get out of here. Now it's time to say goodbye to all our Negro friends.
Oh, y'all got a song?
We're going to close it out with Be Noir. It's your favorite yoga soldier, a.k.a. the Yoga Broad. Think Outside the Box podcast. Thank you for my sisters right here to the left of me. Who are you?
I am Iraj. You can catch me every Monday here on the Glock from 5 to 6 over a drizzle.
Though.
And I'm IKD. Sister
KD.
You can catch me on Instagram at IKD, on TikTok at IKD the Niji, and on Instagram at Willpower Unsurfaced.
Yeah.
Shows. Let's take us out of here, Be Noir.
Hancock, baby. This y'all baby.
Music, y'all. Stay tuned into the
Missy Porter. Members only. What's up, Ace? Oh, this is the real version, too. Fuck. No. Yeah. Everybody like a coke bottle. How you curve out? Never seen that before. Girl like a quarter. But then the sunlight and you shine even more. If I was the stars and you were the moon, we'd be together like all night. But I am the sun, you are the moon, I only see you at night. Pull it up with the quiet touch loud, hit even more. It's mustache too when your ass in love. Hey, want you hit more, you don't even know that. Cause I don't even show that. No strings attached, just a picture moment. And you're better than the Kodak. This wasn't supposed to be so difficult. Now, baby, in another life we met before now, baby. But you already know. You know. This wasn't supposed to be so difficult. Now, but baby, in another life we met before now, baby. But you already know. So now, we got closer together. I realized that because of that, to leave. Because the closer I get to you, the further away I get away from myself. I'm confused because they love each other, but for some reason they just can't. What is love got to do with it? Yeah. Yeah, this wasn't supposed to be. No. And this wasn't supposed to be. No. But you already know. You can sing the shit with me. This wasn't supposed to be so difficult. Maybe in another life we met before. Yeah, but you already know. You know. This wasn't supposed to be so difficult now, but maybe in another life we met before now, baby. But you already know. You know. Yeah.